Stop number 18 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Daytona International Speedway, back where we began the season for the Daytona 500. Now we're here for the start of the second half of the season, as we're here for the running of the Pepsi 400, as we're set for 24 laps of action under the lights at here at Daytona on this famous 2.5-mile high banked oval. It's going to be a great race here today on this racetrack here, and here comes the starting line for today's running of the event. On the pole at 191 miles an hour, it is William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. His win this season came at Rockingham. He'll be alongside two-time winner this season, Kyle Matthews, number 42 Yellow Pontiac. His wins this season came at Richmond and Bristol. Second row has Keith Batson, car 20 Texaco Haviland Ford. He has a win this season at Sonoma. And beside him, Seth Cullen, the Black Bojangles car for this race. He's alongside. Third row, we'll have a three-time winner this season, Cole Deaver, in the GM Gibbons Chevrolet car number 3. His wins this season came at Atlanta, Martinsville, and at Riverside. He'll be alongside Jessica Shelton, number 11 Budweiser Ford. Her wins came at Texas and Darlington. On the next row down, we'll have Ryan Brommer, number 33, the Skull Band, the Chevrolet. He has the inside of the fourth row. And Zach Winkle, number 17, Western Auto Chevrolet. Fifth row will have Mike Becker in the number 44 STP Pontiac. His win this season came at Auto Club. And Jay Jefferson, oh so close to a win at, I believe it was at Michigan, last race in the tour. But other than that, he had a wreck at Michigan, but he's been solid the last few races thus far. He's going to be one of the ones to watch here today. Next row down, Ty Dent, number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, a great qualifying run for him. Beside him, Diego Yepes, number 1, the Skull Classic Ford. Next row down has Preston Plord, and 18, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, and number 55, Jasper Engines Ford of Nathan Ormond. Next row down, Raleigh Spurley Tube, number 27, the McDonald's Ford, and he'll be alongside the Quicker State Ford car number 26 of Sky Commons. Next row down has number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, and Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down, we'll have number 7, Johnny Gardner, who won the season at Dover, and beside him, Quentin Moore, who won the season at North Wilkesboro in the Citgo Ford, car number 21. Next row down has Joshua Osborne, number 15, the Motorcraft Ford, and going for the Daytona sweep, it is Eli Brighton in the Business Ford, car number 8. He won the Daytona 500 this season and looking for the sweep at Daytona. Next row down has TJ Dent in the Paint Country Time Ford. He'll be alongside number 71, Jesse Turner. Next row down has Paul Minnick in number 90, the Holligmar Stores Ford. And Dylan Poteet, number 22, the Maxwell House Ford, a former Daytona winner himself. Both those, however, came in the 500. Next row down has 3-time winner this season, Charles Sanford in the 24 DuPont Chevrolet car 24. His wins this season came at Talladega. Also won at the 600 at Charlotte, and he also won at Pocono. He'll be alongside Rob Evans in the Meineke Discount Mufflers Ford, car number 12. Next row down has Kat Batson, the Keystone Beer Planners Ford, car number 16. And beside her will be car number 14. It is Nicholas Wade, the defending race champion at Daytona. The Kellogg in the 400. The Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, car number 14. Next row down is Mitchell Collins in car 40, the Dirt Devil Pontiac. And number 52, Zachary Fitzwater in the Napa Auto Parts Ford. Next row down has number 9, Simon Bloomfield in the Orkin Pest Control Ford. And number 75, Factory Stores of America Ford. It is James Henry sitting alongside. Next one down has Jonathan Zorlin, number 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet, and number 83, Vince Almarego, and number 31, Jose Mills has the final spot. So 24 cars lined up for, I should say 37 cars lined up for 24 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. We had a great first half of the season so far, and we are looking forward to a great second half of the season and the race to the championship for season 21. So we'll see how it all goes. And here comes the command of Fire the Engines here at Daytona.
Drivers, start those engines!
This is the third of 4 plate races on the season. And here, the last plate race on the tour will be about a couple races from now, as a matter of fact, at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll be heading to New Hampshire, which is the next stop on the tour. And then after New Hampshire will be Pocono, and then after Pocono will be Talladega. So 3 races from now will be the last plate race on the tour for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. So yeah, we moved Talladega actually to the race before the Brickyard 400 actually this season, as opposed to the fall races we had been doing. So there you go. So anyway, one of the cars that dominated Daytona over the years, William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. He has the pole for this event here. He's yet to win at Daytona. And likewise has Kyle Matthews. He's never won at this track neither. He came close to the Daytona 500 last season, only to get inched out by Quentin Moore in that event. Keith Batson, never a Daytona winner himself. Neither has Seth Cole. Neither has Cole Deaver. Neither has Jessica Shelton, believe it or not. So the top 6 has never won on this racetrack here. Could one of those 6 do it today? Well, we'll find out in 24 laps. Here, so as we often said, any one of those 6, any one of these 37 cars can potentially win this race here at Daytona. So the first half of the season, a great one, without question. And we look for a wonderful second half of the season. As the pace car is on the pit road, green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. CTS physics here with CTS physics, these cars can really accelerate here at Daytona and Talladega. Off turn number 2 at 186 miles per hour. William Brock out in front. Keith Batson in the second position. Here comes Ryan Brommer to the inside, looking for second place, excuse me. He's got Mike Becker behind him. In-car cameras today will be carried by Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, and Charles Sanford. Those 3 will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. William Brock leads the first lap. First lap at tied at 181.91 miles per hour. A very fast first lap. Second lap should be much faster. Takes about a lap for these restrictor plate engines to get the full song. And here comes Mike Becker to the inside of the 33 of Ryan Brommer to go down the backstretch into the third turn. Here, Brock's been able to hold on to the lead here for quite a while. And that speed shot, that's what 197 miles an hour looks like going by you. And that second lap in the second lap by the leader, tied at 201 miles per hour. So already over 200 miles an hour out of these cars, as Ty Dent makes it 3 wide for the lead position on Mike Beckers to come off the second turn. Here comes Preston Plord, and he's going to make a move to the inside. Raleigh Spurley 2 behind him in 27. Spurley 2 had a great day at Michigan, the last race on the tour. Starting to see some of the cars that struggled the first half of the season starting to get a combination for the second half of the season. May not be the champion for the year, but trying to get the combinations down to try to where they can be contenders week in and race in and race out. Preston Plord leads the third lap of the race here, but here comes Zach Winkle to the inside. He's got Jessica Shelton behind him in number 11. And Simon Bloomfield's on pit road in number 9, the Orkin Pest Control Ford. He's got problems, apparently. It's a tough break for Bloomfield because he had a great run in the Daytona 500 and here on this same track, finishing, I believe, in second position. And you're on board Jessica Shelton's car as she is in the lead here in the 400 at Daytona. Taking the Bill Elliott colors out in front, and she's on the high side now, inside of her. As you ride with Shelton as she leads this lap. Moving inside of her is Ryan Brommer in the 33 car as he'll take the lead away from Shelton. And he's got the push from Johnny Gardner and Joshua Osborne. Three wide racing many rows deep at over 200 miles per hour. And Osborne has got the huge push from TJ Dent and Cat Batson. Oh my gosh, three wide racing, as I said, many rows deep. Osborne has the lead here. And somebody up ahead, that's Simon Bloomfield coming back on the racetrack. As he'll come back on the racetrack. Well, he didn't get to start the race there. It says his lap count's on 0. And he has been lapped now 6 times. This will be the 6th lap of the race. So he's currently I believe 6 laps down. TJ Dent's out in front now as he's got Paul Minnick on the inside. Minnick has won on the plate tracks before, but Daytona is not one of them. His plate wins both came at Talladega. And likewise for Osborne, he's also never won Daytona, but his plate wins have come at Talladega as well. And both those have come in the Winston 500. Backstretch, here comes Minnick to the inside. Here comes Brommer. Mitchell Collins in the 40 car. He finished second in the last split race on the tour at Talladega. Finished second to Charles Sanford in that event. Here comes Dylan Poteet to the inside. Nicholas Wade in the 14, who shocked them all last season in this very event by winning the 400. Seven laps in the event, just an explosive start to this Pepsi 400, averaging so far 198.23 miles per hour. This is going to be a very fast race here at Daytona. Brommer's up the middle now. Here comes Mitchell Collins as he leads the race here. Poteet's in second position. Third is now Nicholas Wade in the 14 car. And those two pulling a tandem draft, or trying to do a tandem draft away from the field, but that may not work here in just a minute here, because here comes the 83 car, Vince Almarego. There he is, right there with just the James Henry behind him. And Almarego is gonna pull back inside of Poteet, but Poteet looks inside. Almarego looks inside as well, but Poteet shuts the door on him. And Poteet to the lead in car 22. Almarego to second place now. Collins up on the high side in the 40 car. And that's going to let James Henry to the inside. Here comes 31, Jose Mills, who started last in this race. He's now up to the top 10, almost top 5. Rob Evans is up there, Fitzwater, Quentin Moore, Jesse Turner. And look at the back of the pack here. Several big names back there. Dylan Young, Jay Jefferson, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, Preston Port's back there. Zorland's back there in 25. Cole Beaver back there. Kyle Matthews back there. On board, Charles Sanford's car, number 24. Sanford, remember, won the last plate race on the tour at Talladega. And Charles has won at Daytona before. He won the Daytona 500 in season 19. Now on board with Kyle Matthews in the 42 car. Right there behind the 55 car of Nathan Orman, and Sanford goes by him now. See what their clock at this time by. Boy, what racing here at Daytona. Matthews that time by. Clocked in the 24th position. Sanford was clocked in 22nd. Right now, 21, Quentin Moore has the lead. Here comes Eli Brighton, Ty Dent, both to the inside, 3 wide for the number 1 spot. And William Brock, the pole sitter for the event, looks slow. He's got the help from Sky Commons and Becca Tellier. And so far, Zach Winkle has the fastest lap of the race at 202.179 miles an hour. Only car over 202. And there you see Simon Bloomfield. There he is, running in the back of the pack, after being multi-laps down. He is currently, as we said, 6 laps down in this race. He'll likely probably finish that way, maybe even a 7th lap down if they come up behind him before this race ends. Sky Commons now to the front. And back to tell you in a second. And Charles Samer, remember we talked about him last. He was 22nd. He's now up he said he was 22nd. He's now up the 3rd spot, or trying for 3rd spot. As he moves inside of Johnny Gardner, here comes Dylan Young to the inside, along with Keith Batson. Dylan Young, who won the last race in the Tour at Michigan, looking for 2 in a row. And so far, only one driver has won 2 in a row this season, and that was Jessica Shelton at Texas and Darlington. And here comes Dylan Young for the lead, car number 2. Keith Batson right there behind, and the Davey Allison colors looking low, looking high, looking low, whichever he wants to go. And now Tellier led the last time by, but Dylan Young is going to take the lead and get into turn number 1. He's going and drives right there in front of Mike Becker in the 44 car. Becker's plate win came at Talladega in the Winston 500 about I think it was in season 18 or so. I think is when it was. And here comes Diego Yepes in the 1 car. He moves inside. He's going for 2nd place now. And Jay Jefferson and the 25 car Zorlin. That's 2 of the Hendrick cars in a hookup here as they try to move their way up to the field. Boy, look at this. 3 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows deep. Boy, this is hairy stuff here. Cole Deaver looking low on Keith Batson. Deaver trying for the top spot. Here comes number 44. He is in the top spot now. Mike Becker 3 wide for the lead. But here comes Zorlin. Zorlin for 2nd place now as he's got Deaver and Winkle pushing him in Spurley Tube in 27. He's getting into it now as we're now down to already 8 laps to go. And here comes car number 3, Cole Deaver to the inside, looking for his 4th victory of the season. He also has never won on a plate track before, Daytona or Talladega. He hopes to change that here today. Deaver considers this track his home track, though, hailing out of Brunswick, Georgia, and lives more toward the Florida and Georgia line. He has won at his home state before. That was the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but it's technically not his home track, though. His home track actually is really at Daytona. Zach Winkle up behind. There's Becker. There's Zorlin. Now Winkle and Zorlin, is going to break down to the inside. Here comes TJ Dent. He's going to spoil the party for Zorlin. And Preston Boards is going with him. Osborne is into it now. Here comes Quentin Moore. Fitzwater. 6 laps to go. Boy, what racing here at Daytona, as we said here. Don't pencil in your winner yet, as we said, any of these 36 cars can still win this race. And this race here, I say 36 because we do have one as multiple laps down. On board with Charles Sanford in car 24. Roof cam. Trying to go by Seth Cole in the 98 car. Sanford in 22nd. 5 laps to go. Moving right behind Keith Batson in car 28. Becca Teller down low in the 6th car. On board Kyle Matthews' car from car 42. Trying to work his way to the front. Running right behind Jose Mills in number 31. Matthews had to back off a bit right there. You see, as they bunched up behind him. And from Jessica Shelton's view, Shelton right now clocked in the 34th position. Shelton trying to get down on the low side to try to get a decent finish out of this. Dropping back now to 36th position now, with Simon Bloomfield still 37th as they come down for 3 laps to go. Zachary Fitzwater out in front. And they're about to catch Simon Bloomfield, the 9 car. They're about to catch him as Fitzwater was in the same frame with Bloomfield here. This could manipulate the finish possibly if they when they catch the lap car. This could manipulate the finish possibly. And now here they come down the backstretch. Eli Bright looking to the inside. Bright looking for the Daytona sweep. Up on the high side, Bloomfield decides to spoil the party for Preston Plord and Osborne and Deaver. They come off the 4th turn now with now for 2 laps to go. And now we could have a possible surprise winning this race here. Fitzwater is inside here. He's actually not one of the surprises. We could have Bright, could have Evans, we could have Almerega, we could have the 40 of Collins, or Minnick. We could have one of those guys winning this race here. Here comes Rob Evans to the inside, number 12. Vince Almerega to the inside, Mitchell Collins. There's 90 of Paul Minnick. Kyle Matthews back there. Off turn number 4 they come. It'll be the white flag this time by. Mitchell Collins looks inside. Here comes Fitzwater. Right there behind the 40 of Mitchell Collins. White flag is out. Collins looks low. Here comes Evans. And here comes Collins actually to the inside. Mitchell Collins to the inside looks for the lead. And he's got it. Can Mitchell Collins pull off the victory here for his first one ever? Nope. Here comes Fitzwater to the inside. He's got Matthews behind him. Down the stretch in the 3rd turn. Here comes Ryan Brommer. He spoils the party for Matthews. Through turns 3 and 4 they come. Zachary Fitzwater out in front here in the Pepsi 400. Is he going to hold them all off? Let's see what happens. He's side by side with Mitchell Collins on the start-finish line. Zachary Fitzwater wins the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. Or no, he didn't. Mitchell Collins won it. car number 40 has won his first ever race. I actually thought, looking at the angle, that Fitzwater won it, but boy, was I wrong on that. Margin victory, look at that. Oh at the line. That was awfully close. Mitchell Collins, the number 40 Dirt Devil Pontiac, gets his first ever. And look at the margin. Triple zeros at the line, a dead heat. So the margin had to be in the 10,000ths of a second. Wow. I am actually going to want to see that finish again. I mean, look at. And look at it. There's the margin at the line, right there between the. There's the margin of the line between the 52 and the 40 cards. That was awfully close right there. Let's see. I think the copter cam should. Yeah, there's the margin at the line. That's the 52 on the inside, the 40 on the outside. That you could not have told who won that race. 197 miles an hour at the line. Oh my goodness. So Mitchell Collins, the number 40 Dirt Devil Pontiac, gets his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory on a dead heat finish at Daytona. The closest finish. I think that's an. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say here. 2 plate races. This is the second plate race we've ever in a series we've ever had a dead heat finish. So we had one last season at Talladega, the second Talladega race, where Tony Green won on a dead heat finish, and now this one with Mitchell Collins winning on a dead heat finish over Zachary Fitzwater. Oh my God. I'm speechless right now. This is what we end up having at Daytona. Oh my. Wow. Rest of the finishing order, average speed 199, 347. At rest of the finishing order, Fitzwater comes home second, a heartbreaker for him. I honestly thought, looking at the angle, he had that race. I honestly thought that. But instead, the 40 got him at the line on the outside of the racetrack, and I don't see how, to be honest. Oh my gosh. Ryan Brommer comes home third. Fourth to Kyle Matthews. Fifth place will go to Rob Evans. Dylan Poteet, sixth. Seventh position will go to Paul Minnick. Eighth to Vince Almarego. Sky Commons comes home ninth. And Kat Batson comes home 10th. 11th to Nathan Ormond. William Brock, the pole sitter, 12th. 13th, Zach Winkle. 14th, Eli Bright. 15th, Becca Tellier. Jose Mills, 16th. Seth Cole, 17th. 18th will go to James Henry. Joshua Osborne, 19th. And Preston Plord comes home in 20th position. Jessica Shelton, 21st. 22nd, Nicole Deaver, 23rd. Charles Sanford, 24th. We'll go to Jonathan Zorlin, 25th. Riley Spurleytube, 26th. TJ Dent, 27th. Quentin Moore, 28th. Johnny Gardner, 29th. Dylan Young, 30th. Mike Becker, 31st. Nicholas Way, 32nd. Diego Yepes. Keith Batson, 33rd. Jesse Turner, 34th. Ty Dent, 35th. Jay Jefferson, 36th. And Simon Bloomfield finishes 7 laps down in 37th position. So after, of course, a not start and all that other stuff. So, oh my gosh, I'm going to need a break after this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need a break here before recording New Hampshire. That was one exciting Daytona finish. That's one exciting Daytona finish in the Pepsi Florida. And how about a first-time winner? Mitchell Collins gets the win on a dead heat finish, as we said before, at Daytona. And there you see the picture right there. That says it all at the line. Oh my goodness. So New Hampshire is next on the tour for the running of the, oh my gosh, for the running of the Bass Pro Shops 300. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRS's gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA sets goal desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Last of Us Live Series, the Coors Light Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series, all on this channel as well as the Skittles Super Speedway Series. That's in full swing as well. And also check out our other NNSCRA series, including the Budweiser All Pro Series from Michael Norman, and also Levi McIntyre's Marble Studios Cup Series. Be sure to check those series out as well. So what here the press the best offline series are all under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out. So that will do it here today at Daytona National Speedway in a dead heat finish in the Pepsi 400. What a way to start the second half of the season, I will say that for sure. So New Hampshire's next on the tour for the running of the Bass Pro Shops 300, and for now, James Colson's production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. We will see you at New Hampshire.